What if I told you that two secretive AI labs, one born from Silicon Valley's open-source dream, the other from Google's relentless pursuit of knowledge, are locked in a race to create a godlike intelligence? One believes in giving it to the world. The other wants to understand it before it even speaks. And both might just be building the last invention humanity will ever need or survive. This isn't science fiction. This is happening right now. In this video, we're diving deep into the high-stakes war between OpenAI and DeepMind, two labs with the power to reshape civilization. Let's go behind the curtain of the most important battle in tech history. In one corner, you have OpenAI, the rebellious startup turned giant backed by Microsoft, spitting out chatbots that can code, teach, and talk like humans. In the other, DeepMind, the quieter genius, hiding inside Google's fortress, solving biology, beating world champions, and now aiming for something even greater. Both say they're building artificial general intelligence, or AGI, machines that can think, reason, and learn like us, or better. But what they really want: control over the future. And depending on who wins, we could be looking at a utopia or a total collapse. So, how did this all begin? Let's rewind. How did this war begin? The story of the AI race between OpenAI and DeepMind is a tale of contrasting visions, corporate dynamics, and philosophical divergences. OpenAI was established in December 2015 by a group of tech luminaries, including Elon Musk, Sam Altman, Greg Brockman, Ilya Sutskever, and John Schulman. Their mission was ambitious: to ensure that artificial general intelligence, AGI, would benefit all of humanity. OpenAI began as a non-profit organization, emphasizing transparency and collaboration in AI research. However, by 2019, the company transitioned to a capped profit model, allowing it to attract significant investments, while still aiming to align with its original mission. This shift was partly driven by the need for substantial funding to compete with other AI giants and to develop cutting-edge technologies like GPT-2 and GPT-3. DeepMind, on the other hand, was founded earlier, in 2010, by Demis Hassabis, Shane Legg, and Mustafa Suleyman. Acquired by Google in 2014, DeepMind maintained a research-centric approach, focusing on solving complex problems through AI. The company gained prominence with breakthroughs like AlphaGo, which defeated world champions in the game of Go, and AlphaFold, which made significant strides in protein folding predictions. DeepMind's integration into Google's ecosystem provided it with vast computational resources, enabling it to pursue long-term research goals with less immediate commercial pressure. The divergence in philosophies became more pronounced over time. OpenAI's pivot towards commercialization, especially after its partnership with Microsoft, led to internal tensions. Concerns arose about prioritizing commercial interests over safety and transparency. Notably, following OpenAI's 2019 partnership with Microsoft, internal tensions grew among staff, especially within Dario Amodei's AI safety team, over the undisclosed scope of Altman's promises to Microsoft. Concerns centered on the prioritization of commercial interests over safety and transparency, fearing that these commitments might inhibit efforts to halt deployment of potentially harmful AI models. A notable mishap with a reinforcement learning system resulted in GPT-2 generating offensive content due to a coding error, raising further alarm. Employees also worried that scaling alone could lead others to unlock similar AI advancements, especially by foreign adversaries like China or Russia. Security concerns intensified, with staff discovering rogue USB sticks and unauthorized building access. Paranoia extended to leadership. Altman commissioned a secret electronic counter-surveillance audit, fearing espionage from figures like Elon Musk, especially after Musk's split from OpenAI. Amid philosophical debates on the responsibility and potential consequences of AGI, Altman justified less openness and accelerated development as essential to prevent authoritarian misuse. Elon Musk's departure from OpenAI in 2018 further highlighted these tensions. Musk expressed concerns about the direction OpenAI was taking, particularly its shift away from open-source principles. He later founded xAI, aiming to develop AI aligned with human values and to counterbalance what he perceived as the monopolistic tendencies of other tech giants. DeepMind, while less embroiled in public controversies, faced its own challenges. The company's integration into Google's corporate structure led to debates about its autonomy and the potential commercialization of its research. However, DeepMind continued to emphasize safety and ethics in AI development, publishing extensive research on AGI safety and alignment. In summary, the origins of the OpenAI and DeepMind rivalry are rooted in their foundational philosophies, organizational structures, and responses to the evolving landscape of AI research and commercialization. As both entities continue to push the boundaries of what's possible with AI, their differing approaches set the stage for a complex interplay of innovation, ethics, and competition. What does each lab think God AI should be? The pursuit of artificial general intelligence, AGI, has become the central mission for both OpenAI and DeepMind, yet their visions diverge significantly in philosophy, methodology, and application. OpenAI envisions AGI as a tool to augment human capabilities, emphasizing accessibility and alignment with human values. Their approach is characterized by the development of AI systems that are not only powerful, but also safe and beneficial to humanity. OpenAI's flagship products, such as ChatGPT and Codex, exemplify this vision by providing user-friendly interfaces that assist with a range of tasks, from drafting emails to writing code. These models are trained using reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF, a technique that incorporates human preferences to fine-tune AI behavior, ensuring outputs are aligned with societal norms and expectations. OpenAI also employs a defense-in-depth strategy, layering multiple safety mechanisms to mitigate risks associated with AI deployment. This includes rigorous testing, monitoring, and the establishment of safety and security committees dedicated to overseeing AI development and deployment. In contrast, DeepMind, a subsidiary of Alphabet Inc., approaches AGI from a scientific and research-oriented perspective. Their mission is to solve intelligence, and then use that understanding to address complex real-world problems. DeepMind's work is deeply rooted in neuroscience and cognitive science, aiming to replicate the learning processes of the human brain. This is evident in their development of systems like AlphaGo, which mastered the game of Go through deep reinforcement learning, and AlphaFold, which made significant breakthroughs in protein folding predictions. DeepMind's latest endeavor, the Gemini project, represents a significant step toward AGI. Gemini models are designed to exhibit advanced reasoning, problem-solving, and adaptability across various domains. Features like Deep Think enable these models to simulate human-like deliberation, breaking down complex problems into manageable parts. Additionally, DeepMind is exploring the use of AI in robotics, with the goal of creating systems that can operate autonomously in dynamic physical environments. The fundamental difference between the two organizations lies in their end goals and methodologies. OpenAI focuses on creating AI systems that are immediately useful and safe for the general public, prioritizing user interaction and feedback. Their models are integrated into consumer applications, making AI accessible to a broad audience. DeepMind, however, is more concerned with the theoretical underpinnings of intelligence, striving to build systems that can understand and navigate the world in a manner akin to human cognition. Despite their differences, both OpenAI and DeepMind acknowledge the transformative potential of AGI and the importance of ethical considerations in its development. They recognize that achieving AGI is not merely a technical challenge, but also a societal one, requiring careful deliberation about the implications of creating machines with human-level intelligence. As the race toward AGI continues, the contrasting visions of OpenAI and DeepMind offer valuable insights into the diverse approaches to artificial intelligence. Whether AGI emerges as a collaborative assistant enhancing human capabilities, or as a scientific breakthrough unraveling the mysteries of intelligence, The journey toward its realization will undoubtedly shape the future of technology and society. Who's winning the race right now? As the AI arms race intensifies, the world watches two titans, OpenAI and DeepMind, battle for dominance. Both have made groundbreaking advancements, but they are winning in different arenas, one in public influence and developer ecosystems, the other in pure scientific achievement. So, who's really ahead? Let's start with OpenAI. Backed by a multi-billion-dollar investment from Microsoft, OpenAI exploded into mainstream consciousness with the release of ChatGPT in late 2022. The viral chatbot, powered by GPT 3.5 and later GPT-4, became a household name, setting off an AI gold rush. According to SimilarWeb, ChatGPT quickly amassed over 100 million users, becoming one of the fastest-growing consumer applications in history. OpenAI then expanded into enterprise services, developer APIs, and plugin ecosystems, solidifying their dominance in user-facing AI. Their secret weapon? Ease of integration and usability. With tools like Codex, Whisper, DALL-E, and GPTs, OpenAI turned powerful models into everyday productivity assistants. Through Microsoft's Azure OpenAI service, their tools are embedded into Office, Teams, GitHub Copilot, and even Windows. This tight coupling between frontier research and practical deployment gave OpenAI a massive first-mover advantage. But does public hype equal true intelligence? Not necessarily. Enter DeepMind, Google's quieter but equally powerful AI lab. Founded in 2010 and acquired by Google in 2014, DeepMind never played the media game. Instead, it focused on scientific milestones, the kind that change fields entirely. Their crowning achievement came with AlphaFold, which solved the 50-year-old protein folding problem, earning global praise and potential medical breakthroughs. Nature Journal. In December 2023, DeepMind launched Gemini, its most ambitious attempt at general AI. The Gemini family of models, developed in collaboration with Google Brain, leverages multimodal learning, memory, reasoning, and agent-like behavior. Gemini 1.5, released in early 2024, stunned researchers with its ability to process massive contexts of over 1 million tokens, far surpassing GPT-4's limits. Google is reportedly testing Gemini 2, capable of deep reasoning and multimodal understanding across text, images, audio, and video. Wired. DeepMind also released AlphaCode 2, a coding model that rivals and even outperforms some human programmers on competitive tasks. Unlike OpenAI, which focuses on consumer apps, DeepMind has pursued autonomous systems that can learn complex behaviors with minimal data, more akin to how humans think and adapt. But here's where things get complicated. OpenAI is iterating fast and winning the battle of attention and adoption. Developers build with GPT APIs, companies partner with OpenAI, and the public associates them with the face of AI. Their monetization strategy, backed by Microsoft, enables consistent product rollouts and integrations. Meanwhile, DeepMind is playing the long game, crafting models that may not go viral, but could be far more intelligent under the hood. Their focus is not to rush products out the door, but to build scientific foundations that endure. So who's winning? In public, mindshare and integration, OpenAI. In raw scientific potential and model depth, DeepMind. But both agree on one thing: we're only scratching the surface. These tools may seem friendly now, but they are just prototypes, first-generation assistants paving the way for something far more powerful. The real AGI, the machine that can outthink a human, is still under construction, and the company that reaches it first may set the rules for everyone else. The race isn't over, it's only just begun. What happens if they succeed? We've seen the hype, we've seen the power, but the real question isn't just who's winning the AI race, it's what happens when they win. Let's be clear. When OpenAI, DeepMind, or any major AI lab crosses the finish line and builds AGI, artificial general intelligence, it could change everything, and not in some distant sci-fi future. Experts say we're talking 5 to 10 years, if not sooner. That means the decisions these labs make today on safety, control, and goals could literally determine the future of humanity. AGI won't just be another app. It will be a system smarter than any individual human, able to code, write, speak, plan, and solve problems better than anyone alive. And if you think that sounds exciting, it should. But it's also terrifying. Start with the economic disruption. An AGI that can outperform human workers across industries could erase millions of jobs almost overnight. We're not just talking about truck drivers or customer service reps. We're talking lawyers, teachers, programmers, even scientists. If intelligence is automated, what's left for humans to do? Then there's control. OpenAI was founded in 2015 to prevent AI monopolies and ensure AGI benefits all of humanity. But today, OpenAI is deeply tied to Microsoft, worth billions, and surrounded by criticism for becoming increasingly closed-source and opaque, ironically the exact thing Elon Musk warned about when he left the company. He later accused OpenAI of becoming a closed-source, profit-maximizing entity, effectively controlled by Microsoft, Elon Musk ex-post. DeepMind, on the other hand, claims to prioritize safety and alignment, even establishing an AI safety team as part of Google DeepMind. But its models are less scrutinized by the public. Google's business model still relies on advertising and data, and the opaque nature of DeepMind's research means we often don't know what capabilities are being developed behind closed doors. This leads us to the biggest issue: existential risk. AGI doesn't need to be evil to be dangerous, as AI expert Eliezer Yudkowsky puts it. The AI does not hate you, nor does it love you, but you are made of atoms it can use for something else. In other words, if an AGI has a goal and we didn't align that goal with ours, it might act in ways that conflict with human survival, not out of malice, but out of pure optimization. OpenAI's alignment teams are working on reinforcement learning with human feedback, RLHF, to teach models human values, but critics argue this may not scale to AGI. Meanwhile, DeepMind is experimenting with constitutional AI and agentic systems, hoping to bake ethical reasoning into the models, but there's no guarantee it will work. Even regulators are scrambling. In the US, there's no clear federal legislation governing AGI. In the EU, the AI Act is more focused on narrow AI systems, not general intelligence. Globally, we're playing catch-up. And then there's Elon Musk again. In 2023, he launched xAI as a direct response to what he calls the AI deception. His goal? Build a maximally truthful AGI that doesn't manipulate or mislead humans. But some fear this could lead to competing superintelligences, each with different goals and alignments. What happens if two AGIs disagree? Ultimately, the question becomes chillingly simple. Who gets to control God-level intelligence? Governments? Corporations? A billionaire with a vision? A non-profit with opaque motives? Or no one at all? Because once AGI exists, it may be impossible to put it back in the box. AGI doesn't need to be evil, it just needs to be smarter than us with a different goal. That's the risk. That's the ethical dilemma. And that's why this race isn't just about winning, it's about surviving what comes after. So, who will win the race to AGI? OpenAI, with its public-facing power and billions in funding? Or DeepMind, with its quiet genius and Google's global reach? Or maybe, just maybe, the real question is, should anyone win? Because in this race, the finish line might change everything we know about work, war, identity, even consciousness. Let me know in the comments. Which team do you trust more, OpenAI or DeepMind? And more importantly, are we ready for what's coming? If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's next. Because this story, it's only just getting started.